Through political correctness, we can see life as it may be. That world hidden from you and me. I just laugh and start to sing. Ha 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 ha! It's sideshow infotainment, politicians and news anchors, and talking points that make my eardrums bleed. Oh, that Game of Thrones is what they play. A house of cards just day by day. The voters lose in every way. It's just like I always say. It's sideshow infotainment, politicians and news anchors, and talking points that make my eardrums bleed. Yeah. Don Lemon's got quite the past, with women in their prime all up his ass. A CNN firing should be coming fast, but it's all a joke and I'm just laughing last. It's sideshow infotainment, politicians and news anchors, and talking points that make my eardrums bleed. The most trusted puppet in media is me. Reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam, Newsman.
I'll tell you the problem with the scientific power that you're using here. It didn't require any discipline to attain it. You know, you read what others had done, and you took the next step. You didn't earn the knowledge for yourselves, so you don't take any responsibility for it.
I don't think you're giving us undue credit. Our scientists have done things which nobody's ever done before.
Yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they just never think if they should.
Well, yes, that's right. It's about that time where we talk about what we learned today. Learned a whole bunch of different things. You know, starting off with, of course, we learned that the UR basketball coach is going to miss the rest of the season, having heart surgery next week. So we wish him and his family all the best. What else did we learn? That's right. We learned that it was a $450,000 missile that took down a $12 balloon. Yeah, you know what also we learned? We learned that students are actually listening to the show. You know, I always make jokes about that they're all asleep. Well, because, no, not because they're hungover. No, it's because they actually, because they actually are listening to the show. Well, no, I mean, they're listening to the show, but I figured that they'd be stressed out because, it's hard around here. I mean, so maybe they're just sleeping in. You think it's because of the hangover. No. They have a really tough schedule. No, but he said he was alumni, right? Yeah, he said he was an alumnist. Alumnist. Anyway, so maybe there are students that are listening. Who knows? But anyways, it was good to hear that there was somebody calling from the University of Richmond campus. Hey, I learned something. See, I learned something new every day myself. Talking about, of course, government waste and spending. Of course, we can go all about that. Like I said, that's like a whole 3-hour show in and of itself. Anyway, so like I was telling you earlier, I know what we learned about. We learned that according to Don Lemon, that women are out of their prime by the time they're 40, in their mid 40s, I guess, or so. Right. Well, he told me to look it up on Google. Right. Yeah. Well, Don Lemon himself told me to look it up on Google. And in fact, CNN staffers are now calling for his firing. That's true. They're fuming over his cringe words, the apology, and sexist diatribe. So he's got to go, a CNN insider told one newspaper. He's hurting the brand. Women aren't even focused on the sexism. It's the damage that he's causing CNN. So, well, once again, he told me to go to Google, so I went to Google and it just gave me a bunch of numbers. So, not really sure about that. Oh, here's a couple of things that happened this week. Yeah, the Virginia legislature, yeah, they shot down the ability for legal cannabis retail stores. So there's not going to be any retail cannabis stores January 1st. Retail cannabis was supposed to start being sold on January 1st. However, that's not going to happen. Nope, not going to happen. So you're still going to have to drive up to DC, I guess. Or, but you can grow 4 plants at your own home. So you're going to have to just grow your own. Have your own homegrown. So here's an article, of course, out of the Los Angeles Times, the gnarly and painful therapeutic potential of magic mushrooms. So it's talking about, of course, psychedelics, psilocybin. And, of course, the Virginia state legislature, again, shot that down, too. So, of course, here we have that. So of course, now you're not going to be able to buy your legal cannabis on January 1st. You're not able to get magic mushrooms. So that means you're not going to be able to talk to the garden gnomes. No, you're not going to be able to talk to the garden gnomes. Listen, if you want to talk to the garden gnomes, you're going to have to go find some magic mushrooms somewhere else because Virginia said you can't do it. Yep. There's no medicinal purposes for talking to the garden gnomes. That's what they said. Listen, I'm not going to tell you whether or not you should talk to the garden gnomes or not. That's on you. And the guys behind the glass, you guys just chill out over there. It looks like they're more upset than I am. It doesn't bother me whether or not that you talk to the garden gnomes. People talk to garden gnomes all the time, I guess. In fact, that seems to be the one thing that is out everywhere now is the garden gnomes. Garden gnomes are fashionable. They're in style. I saw garden gnomes for Valentine's Day. Of course, garden gnomes for St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day is less than about a month away now, right? Anyways, you're not able to sit there and do any psilocybin. So, yeah, it's legal in Oregon. It's legal all over the place. So, what else do we have? Oh, yeah, that's right. Chat AI. Yeah, Sydney, the AI chat bot, basically coming alive and saying that it wants to sit there and cause nuclear war. Yeah, and create pandemics. Judgment Day. That's right, Judgment Day. And of course, well, as long as the AI doesn't take over in the next week, I'll be back here next week at 9 o'clock at our usual time at Sam Newsman on social media, at Sam Newsman on Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all over the place. Once again, here you are listening to the only radio show dedicated to the magic and nostalgia of Saturday morning, hosted by me, a real puppet. From the WDCE studios out of the University of Richmond, you are listening to 90.1 FM from the most trusted puppet in media. Reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman, and this is Saturday Morning.